Got three now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a fantastic day of rugby here at Lockleaze Sports Centre in Bristol. We're bringing you today the Bucs Premier South playoff between Swansea and the University of West England. Incredibly exciting fixture we have for you today to decide who will be in the South Prem come the end of this 80 minutes. It's been a tough, long season for both sides. Swansea finishing the league on 0 points following a really tough campaign, whereas the West of England have gone undefeated so far throughout the season. It is a beautiful day here at the Lockleaze Sports Centre, home of Bishopston Rugby Club. A really exciting fixture brought to you today by NextGen. We've got the University of West England team sheet with Erin Tow and Molly Belling in the front row with Maddie Crofts. Hazel Joel is the captain at number 5. The powerful back row finished off with McKenna Brace at number 8. Carolyn Marchington and Rosie Davis, the one to watch, at number 10. Amy Morgan at 12, the strongest runner that UWE have to offer. And Rachel Champion and Ellie Armstrong on the wing. A full complement of replacements as well. It's a really strong West of England side. And for Swansea University today, the runners to watch out for: Tyrion Thomas in the front row and Morgan Meredith, the set-piece specialist for Swansea. Captain Davina Moore, really talented player. And the ones to watch: Izzy Hems at 15, running great lines off the set-piece. A few changes for the numbers as well. Martha Evans wearing 23. And both wingers, both Rachel Champion and Megan Bates, are numberless for this fixture. But before any rugby will be played, we'll have a minute of silence in memory of Maddy Lawrence, who unfortunately passed away on the 25th of March. One of the University of West England's players. In a statement from the family, Maddy's presence, bravery, spirit, goodness, sass, beauty and love will never be forgotten and is felt all around us, in us, and always will be. The fundraiser now reaching almost £30,000. That fundraiser is accessible via the University of West England's Instagram. And we will pause before the fixture in memory of Maddy Lawrence. And as the starting 15s take their position, it's time for me to introduce my co-commentators. Today, I'm really lucky to be joined by both former and current University of West England player, current injured first team Brock Krish Deer.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today, Krish. You excited about today's fixture?
How could I not be? It's a big game. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I'm also joined by ex-first team scrum half and now full-time nurse. It's Mickey Peacock.
Hi.
Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me today. Talk me through the experience you've had of UWE's season so far.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, as a first year entering the team, I couldn't ask for a better family. All the girls here, they're so lovely. Playing with them is a pleasure. It's enjoyable, it's fun. It's a real squad, it's a real team effort, it's a real family to be a part of.
I agree, second that, considering I'm an ex-player now. I'm just an avid fan of all of these girls. They're some of the best players I've ever played with. Just a great squad, and they've just done fantastic this season. I'm really proud of them.
Here's a mark. First scrum then, guys, balance.
Well, it's an excellent start for the University of West England as the sun beats down on the Lockleaze Sports Centre. A fantastic kick. That's left University of West England with a fantastic attacking position. We've heard a lot about both front rows so far. And it's a turnover at the base of that scrum.
No, guys. Twisted on the mark there. I've tried to get you to use it.
Well, Swansea have come away with it, but the scrum will be reformed following a twist off the mark, as you heard from our referee today. Really exciting fixture for you here, of course. University of West England from the division below Swansea.
I'll get out of your way a second.
However, the University of West England have gone completely undefeated so far this season. That is an amazing feat, isn't it, Chris?
Is a joy to experience that with the girls. Having won every game alongside every player that you play with, it's amazing.
And this second scrum has fallen nicely as an out the back door from the base of the scrum there, found all the way to the number 14, Ellie Armstrong. Fantastic offload there by McKenna Brace at the base of that scrum. The University of West England will come away with it. Powerful running there from the captain, Hazel Joel. And it's been stripped at the base of the ruck there, and Swansea come away with it once again. Bit of a let-off there for Swansea. Great turnover from the base as they'll look to exit. Powerful running from Swansea once more. And it's kicked through there by the number 10, Davies. As the University of West England retain possession just outside of the 15-metre. A frantic start to this fixture. Turned over once again at the base. Once again it's been turned over by Morgan Meredith. That's two turnovers inside this first 5 minutes.
Advantage, high tackle.
High tackle there, free ball for Swansea to play with. Davis once again almost intercepted there, but it's gone loose there. Here's the captain, Davina Moore. Moore with one more pass out there to the shirtless Megan Bates. No number for Megan Bates, but still beating players left and right. Ball recycled once again. Cotty goes onto the short side. And great contact in this first opening stages. Swansea with their first ball inside UWE's half.
It's just a rip, that's fine, it's just a rip.
And Meg Fisher there has had the ball ripped from her by the number 7, Curtis.
Back foot, back foot, back foot.
And now UWE will look to build.
Back foot, back foot.
Still UWE possession as they look to crack into Swansea's half.
Fine, first again.
And again, it's the third turnover on the floor in quick succession for Swansea. We'll have to use this on-the-floor dominance to their advantage now.
6 in there, just a knock on. It's fine.
And it's been knocked on at the base of the ruck by Amelia Mills.
Number 4, where's the skipper and 4?
The referee will be having a word with Poppy Elman.
Skipper.
And the skipper, Hazel Joel.
So I know you probably forget because a lot of time went past. High tackle down there. To me, it's indirect off the shoulder, yeah, with not enough force for a yellow card. But then we were borderline over there, so all I'm going to do is ask you to speak and keep that tackle discipline for me, yeah? It's early in the game.
Early discussion about discipline from the referee. How have UWE fared so far this season? They've been the dominant side for the majority of it. Has the defence really been tested?
Has our defence really been tested?
There's your mark.
I say it's too early in the game to really know. They've only just got into our half, really. I think the worry is the steals that Swansea are getting. That is a big worry. We should be working harder. Our defence should be more aggressive, I'd say, in terms of trying to protect that ball.
Was there a concern coming into this fixture, having been so dominant across the league system, that you haven't really been tested as a side?
I wouldn't say we haven't been tested. We've had our fair share of hard games, but it just goes to show that efforts come out on top.
It's clean ball from the base and chipped through by the University of West England. Excellently weighted kick, and it's found the touchline just shy of the 22. Izzy Hems decided to let that run.
Here's the UE, here's the defensive.
An excellently placed kick there from the University of West England. Has that been a feature of their game across this really dominant season?
It has, yeah. We do like to use a grubber kick then and again, just to switch it up a bit. Rosie is particularly a fan of a grubber.
First one, 10 metres then, yeah.
So Rosie Davis, the number 10.
Just keep it like that, thanks.
A real playmaker in this University of West England side.
Guys, go.
First throw of the day for Morgan Meredith. Heard before the game about her ability at the line out.
Early up, early thigh,
an early lift there.
Free kick.
And that is an easy exit for Swansea, who have tapped and played with it.
Choice of where to tap it.
Through their number 3, Maddie Crofts. Cotty. Again through the forwards. Direct running from Swansea as they retain possession. Now outside of their 15 metres.
No, she's dropped it again as she's tried to release it. Knock on, 8. UE. Scrum.
The dynamic running there for Meg Fisher, but unable to look after the ball. So, Mickey, how much of the UE season have you been able to catch on the whole as an ex-player?
I've actually been really lucky this season with watching the girls. I've actually been out injured myself, so I've been off work. So I've been managing to catch a good fair few games, and I've just loved it. It's amazing to leave the uni environment, but still have the family in the rugby.
Is this one of the strongest UE's teams you've seen for a while, do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. Since I started in 2018, like every year you just see the teams come on leaps and bounds. It's just incredible to watch.
There's a turnover at the scrum there as Trumper trundled down this far wing, and now Swansea will retain possession once more. But it's another turnover at the base. It's been a real facet of the game so far for both sides.
On the floor. Yeah, sealing it off.
And once again, a switch of possession. A very even start to the game, wouldn't you say?
Here's your mark.
Trish.
I definitely agree, yeah. I think it's going to be a tough game all round. I don't think we expected anything less, though. So
It'll be Amy Morgan from the penalty. An excellent kick to source possession inside the University of West, inside Swansea 22 for the University of West England.
Defence take the 22, yeah.
Strong turnout today at the Lockleaze Sports Centre for what is the biggest game of University of West England season. It must be, in a way, quite disappointing to have had such an unbelievably successful season and for it to all come down to this one fixture.
If you're not receiver, 10.
It was, yeah, it was disappointing, but at the same time, it's another opportunity for us to show what we can do, and I'm sure we'll do that.
Guys, that's one, just one. You'll get a life, yeah, that's it. I don't want to see it again.
First line out of the day for the University of West England. Clean ball. And played through the midfield. Curtis.
She's first, she's first!
And it's been turned over once again on the floor. And now Swansea will come away with it through their captain as they look to play wide. Space on the outside there from Bates. But an excellent tackle there by Hands.
You okay?
And you've regained possession once more. Really good defensive work there by the University of West England.
Yeah.
And they'll have an upper opportunity now with attacking possession just inside their own half. Second throw of the day for Maddy Crofts. Scrappy ball at the base of the line out, but UWE will retain possession. Back down the short side.
So you just walk straight into me. Crossing over here.
It was collected cleanly by Armstrong, but crossing has left Swansea with a penalty inside the 15. Away through Johnson. And an offload, but a dominant tackle by University of West England will drive Swansea back in their 15. Space on this right-hand side through Davis as they play it wide. through Stowell. And they find that wide channel, offload inside to Hems. Hems highlighted before this fixture. It's a really dangerous option in that back line. Another dominant tackle.
Fine.
And turned over by the University of West England. So strong in the contact so far.
Move. She's moved, don't milk it. Take them back in.
To run down the short side, chipped ahead by Amy Morgan, the vice-captain, and Swansea have regained possession. A frantic portion of play once again. Possession changing hands, back and forth.
Offside.
Very little action inside these 22s as we've begun this game.
Playing advantage 9, 5 offside.
As tight and as cagey a fixture as you would expect in such a high-stakes competition, but it is penalty advantage to Swansea. Again through the forwards. Tipped on there to the number 10, Davis.
Still got the advantage.
And an excellent tip on there to the number 8, Meg Fisher. As Swansea are making ground.
Out you come.
Now inside UWE's 22. It's through the captain once more. Spread wide. Offloaded inside there to Evans.
Leave it.
It's through the captain once more. Jinxing run there by Davina
Out you
Moore.
come. Advantage.
Penalty advantage once again for Swansea.
No. Just a second, the mark is here. Time off.
Cotty off the mark from that quick tap.
Skipper. Now you're both here. Time off. Don't need to back chat as it's happening. Yeah? You're not going to know that you're jackling. Yeah, there's somebody already in the tackle not rolling away. She can't jackal while somebody's in there. That's the only time I'll speak about it. Next time people will be walking.
Should be mentioned early doors that there is both Rosie Davies and Kaylin Davies
Points called.
are both number
When
10s
time is off at the
for
moment. No.
UWE and Swansea respectively.
Quick one.
Apologies for any confusion on those names.
No, if they're blocking the ball and slowing it down, and they're not rolling east to west. If they're in the west, exactly what you've just had given for. Yeah.
The
We
captain,
happy?
Davina Moore, there has gone down, but following some treatment, she's back on her feet.
Time on here.
Davina Moore's really
Yeah,
involved
not
with play
rolling
so
clear.
far,
Yeah, posts have been called.
both in her carries and on the pass.
No.
And that will be a Swansea penalty to restart. And they've gone for the tee. Interesting decision, don't you think, Mickey Peacock, as a number 9 yourself, involved in these decisions in the past?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You find
Get beyond the 5, please.
within the uni league
10
itself
metres away
that
you
place
need to be.
kicking is something that often isn't utilised as much for points, but getting ahead this early in the game is probably great for Swansea.
And it's a clean strike from Meg Fisher, highlighted by a number of Swansea's players before the game. It's being a really impressive from the tee and from the ball in hand. And despite some early pressure from the University of West England, enough sustained possession from Swansea has put them 3 points to the good inside the 10 minutes of this fixture. So it must be said, Trish, that UWE certainly had some opportunities deep inside Swansea's half, and they haven't used them. Do you think they need to be more clinical in the red zone from now on?
I think that we just need to calm down and actually play how we know how to play. We're acting on nerves, and it's not doing us any favours. We do need to be a bit more clinical, a bit more accurate with our passing.
Really powerful strike there from the kickoff by Amy Morgan, but the ball has run dead. And Swansea have chosen a scrum on the halfway. But a good contest in the scrum so far, with Thomas and Johnson up against Tow and Crofts in the front row of Swansea and UWE. It's always excellent to have another front row in the commentary box so we can talk endlessly about the detailed constructs of the scrum. I wouldn't want to bore you all at home with it, but I'm tremendously excited by the amount we've had so far.
Let's use.
Stable ball, picked at the base by Fisher once more. Picked on Ducotti, and now here's Hems. Hems breaks one tackle. Turns it wide once more. Swansea cut back inside.
Advantage, 12, side entry.
Side entry at the ruck
Claim
by UWE,
advantage.
so Swansea will have free ball to play with. Through the forwards once more.
Still playing
Cotty.
advantage.
Swansea making ground through the forwards when they carry.
Yeah, you're fine
Clean
there.
turnover on the floor.
Side entry over here.
It's back to the penalty for Swansea. Penalty count for UWE, creeping up
Side entry.
continuously. Is that a concern?
I wouldn't say it's a concern. I guess it's just something to talk about at half time, isn't it? In the changing room. We need to, as I said, like, it's small little things that we're just making mistakes on.
Defence here, please.
The margins are so small at this very top level of university
That's
rugby.
defence, one off of there. One, listen to me.
As Fisher has found touch.
Defence
And this perhaps Swansea's best opportunity to come away with more than 3 points inside the University of West England's 22. Meredith with the throw once more. It's over the top there.
Not straight. Option, UWE. Line out, scrum. Scrum called.
And following the overthrow, dropped into the hands of a Swansea defender, but not straight.
Here's your mark.
There's a slight breeze blowing across the field today into the Lockleaze Sports Centre. Beautiful weather though, perfect conditions for rugby on this excellent artificial pitch. But now UWE have an opportunity to exit.
Nothing early. Crouch. Bind. Set. No, it's come straight back up the tunnel. We'll just reset. We can't have it from there.
Powerful scrum by the University of West England.
Same
But not
mark.
in long enough for the referee's liking.
Got your mark.
I see a shake of the heads from you, Krish.
I think UWE do
straight back
have
out the tunnel, so we'll
a
just
stronger
redo it.
scrum than Swansea. I think it's been shown the two scrums that we've seen now.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Another opportunity for the University of West England to exit. This time it's clean ball. It's a questionable delivery there
Forwards hold. Be
by
part of your arm.
Marchington. But a good exit off the boot of Hems, who has gathered just inside UWE's 15. Powerful running by Hems.
Hands off now.
Cotty comes away with it. Through the forwards once more. But it's tipped on there to Stowell. But a big collision there by the University of West England once again. Here's Cotty. Davis. Fisher. Powerful leg drive from Fisher.
Out you come.
Still Swansea ball. Cotty once again.
Backwards.
Couple of really powerful collisions in there, but Meredith will come away with it still.
Just in case it's head. You okay? Yes, please. Time's off.
Break in play there. There's Amelia Mills, who's down injured. Some really aggressive shots in there by the UWE backline. Quite some impressive Swansea runners. You must be happy with seeing shots like that come in from your side, Trish.
Yeah, of course I am. I want to point out is Lulu. What great tackles she's been making. Strong. You know,
It'll be your scrum 'cause you're
that's
in
a
possession,
dedicated
you know where
tackle
the
that you
ball
want to
is.
see in rugby.
Perhaps the first break in pay, the first rest these players have really had. It's been a really frantic start to the game, Mickey. Is this what you expected from this fixture between two really impressive sides?
It's definitely a contrast to what we've been used to from UWE this season, but definitely to be expected. We can't underestimate Swansea at this point, so I think it's great. I think UWE just need to focus a little bit, but hopefully we'll pull it out of the bag.
Let me know you guys are ready.
Still only 3-0 as we cross over the 15-minute mark in this fixture.
Hazel, they were in possession, so it's a scrum. Swansea.
We will restart with a scrum.
Here we go.
To Swansea. Another impressive attacking position, don't you think, Mickey? My two co-commentators are very
Guys,
popular up here today in
time's
this
off. Don't
impressive
panic.
crowd.
Remember, they stopped for an injury to your player, so chill out a little bit. Here we go.
But I'm sure we'll get them back in the commentary box as soon as they're free.
Time's on. Let's go, everyone in.
Time is back on as we look to get the game under the way under that short injury break.
Bind. Set.
And it's Swansea ball at the base. As they go on to the far side through Evans. Tipped on to Hems. Hems looks to take them on the outside. Flipped on once more through the centres.
Stay back foot, back foot.
And it's still Swansea ball on that far right-hand side. Back in through the forwards. Here's Meredith.
Tackle!
Impressive, strong running from Swansea so far.
Stay.
Still Swansea have it through the forwards now as they crash up to the 5 metres.
Out you come, move you. Advantage.
It's an advantage to Swansea now. Here's Davis. Tips on to the Fisher. Fisher. Offload through the contact to Anthony.
No, she would have been fine. We've got the advantage here.
And still a penalty advantage.
Goal line, touch,
Cotter
line,
taps
line,
and
line.
goes. He's held up. Just short of the 5 metres. It looked held up from here, from straight away. It was a sharp running from Kat Cotty. Take it from the tap, but 3 UWE defenders have held the ball up. And from that impressive attacking position,
number 6, good
it'll be a dropout
6 is, yeah, awesome.
for UWE.
There's a yellow card going there, yeah, and the 6 is gone. Let's go. Guys, I'll speed this up now, yeah.
And it's kicked deep. Picked up by Cotty once again. Inside to Johnson. Johnson brought down well by this oppressive UWE defenders.
Pass the back foot.
Picked by Meredith, who makes good meters. Crashing over UWE's 22.
No hands.
Still Swansea looks the field. Cotty again. Johnson tips on to the captain, Moore. Moore takes contact just inside UWE's 22 metres. And still they play through the forward. A dummy there sent a UWE defender past the line, but still Cotty will play with it. Davis through the centres once more. That ball's gone backwards. And it's eventually been gathered by a University of West England defender, but knocked on the floor first. The local crowd not liking that decision, but it was knocked on there in the pickup. It's been frantic, hasn't it, Mickey, so far?
Yeah, no, definitely. Just needs to calm down, I think. We just need to slow ourselves down and just reevaluate what we need to get done, really.
Excellent defensive work on the 5 metre to hold that ball up from the tap and go there, Trish.
Fine.
It's just frustrating as a current new player knowing the standard that we can produce. We're not producing it today.
Spits out the back there, it's Cotty through the 10, Davis. And it's looped round the back there to create a bit of space. And now we're on this far hand side for the number 14, Trumper. Still going Trumpers, puts in the fend. Offload there. And now once again Swansea have attacking ball. Meredith, big contact just at the 5 metre there from UWE, but still Swansea ball.
Counter-ruck's fine, counter-ruck is fine.
Powerful counter-ruck there in an impressive position, and that is the turnover once again that UWE were looking for.
Side entry, just go. No, we'll just go with the chit chat, we'll keep going.
It's the 3rd time that Swansea have been repelled from inside the 22. Still they come away tryless, and some unnecessary back chat has really sent Swansea all the way back to their 22, which gives Morgan a chance to clear. More impressive defensive work, despite not having all the time that they wish for the ball, and that kick's gone deep past Swansea's 15. And that ball has spat out the side of Swansea's ruck. And now you will come away with it. It's tapped by the number 15. Still going.
Bit more of the UWE we're used to, isn't it, Grace?
Isn't it, Burton there with the tap and go. Catherine Burton was so quick from the base of that penalty. That was really excellent play from Burton. Apologise for any language picked up from our on-field microphones. Very passionate supporters we have here today. So you said, Trish, more of the UWE that you're used to.
I did, yeah. Well, I just can't explain it. It's just, I think it's just nerves, it's frustration. But like there, what we've just seen, there's a glimpse of what we can produce. Catherine running, that run that she can make, you know, us getting straight to the ruck. That support play that we can produce that we just haven't been seeing so far in the game.
Really impressive turnover on the floor, it must be said, by Meg Fisher. Is that perhaps the difference that you're not used to the league you're currently in. Certain players like that can change the game.
100% there is a different standard. Of course there is to be expected, though, considering that they are the league above and we are the league below. But having said that, I don't think it's a challenge that we can't overcome.
Contact in the air with the jumper.
Contacts in the air from the line out, so an easy exit for Swansea. That must be one thing you could possibly be disappointed with, Mickey, is how easy Swansea have, once they've turned it over, been able to exit due to this penalty count.
Yeah, it's frustrating that the energy we're putting into making ground is so easily just taken back again from Swansea, but again, we just need to be patient with that.
Bit of hustling in the air there. The captain, Davina Moore, is tampered with.
Jump, guys, yeah? Compete for the ball. Don't play the man.
And there'll be another line out here. Meredith with the throw. Claimed in the air by the skipper Moore. Johnson through the midfield. Tips it on there to Mills.
Tackle!
Tackle made by UWE, just inside their 15. And Moore once again tips it on to Johnson. Good meters made by Johnson there. Cotty through the centres once more. Hems outside. Hems hits the line. These two defenders there, is dragged down. But an excellent turnover on the floor. An attempt for Hems there, attempting to get back on her feet illegally. And that did look very dangerous, but UWE have handled it well, haven't they there, Chris?
100%. Again, a great tackle.
And another excellent kick by Amy Morgan.
Here.
Really excellent run there, dragged down well, and you can see that Hems is held on the floor there. Tries to get back to her feet, while Burton is attempting to turn over the ball. What are the new rules being trialled by World Rugby? No longer can you simply roll on the floor to disrupt a turnover. And it'll be Maddy Cross to throw for the University of West England with another attacking platform to play with. That line-out ball has been spilled, despite some excellent defensive work there by Cross. It'll be a scrum for Swansea once again inside their 15.
Scrum, green, there's your mark.
Incredibly tight fixture today. You see just knocked on there in the line out. Unfortunate for the University of West England. We've played almost 25 minutes of rugby now, still only 3 points scored.
Crow.
Were you expecting it to be this tight an affair?
Boy.
I want to say no, but at the same time, I think we always walked into this match knowing that it was going to be tough. But having said that, 3 points isn't a lot. It's one try and a conversion to get ourselves back into the game. And I think it's more than possible for us to do so.
And University of West England, scorer of many a try this season in the league. Who are you looking for to make that breakthrough, do you think, in this really powerful University of West England back line?
I'm looking for Amy to make that breakthrough.
I'd second that.
Strong runner. You know, she's when she's running at you, there's no stopping her.
Speaking of strong runners, Davies there, there's a chinks through the line, take out the fence, and now Swansea come forward once more. 2-on-1 of this outside. They found the hands of Bates. Bates brought down after being played through by the captain Moore. But another turnover on the floor, and another turnover by Curtis. Karis Curtis, the powerful number 7. One thing that Swansea highlighted before the fixture is excellent nudge there to find touch once more. One thing Swansea highlighted before the game was perhaps a lack of experience in their pack due to a couple of difficult first-year intakes following the COVID-19 pandemic, of which we will never mention again, I promise. How does that compare with the University of West England? Is there a lot more experience in that pack, do you think?
I actually think that we had a lot of freshers who have come and never played rugby before, who have played in the first squad. I don't think that's something that we've struggled with.
Clean line-out ball, and it's through the strongest runner you've mentioned there, Davis, who was planted a Swansea player into the floor there.
You've got the advantage.
Penalty
6 late
advantage
tackle.
now. Marchington. They play through the forwards, but they choose to use the backs. Excellent tackle there by Swansea, but still UWE will come away with it.
Stay back foot.
Really dominant shot in there by
Use
Amy
it.
Morgan. Burton tips on once more for a forward runner in the midfield. Still UWE ball, despite
Still
good play by
playing advantage 9.
Swansea on the floor. Marchington finds Davis. There's the captain, Joel. Still space on this outside. Knocks on in the wide channel, but penalty
High tackle,
advantage
number 6.
for West England.
Sorry, 6 late tackle. It was a late tackle back here, yeah?
A late tackle by Emily
Yeah.
Mills of Swansea.
No retaliation back here. Hazel. Hazel. It's a late tackle. Yeah, time off just a second. I don't know who the tackle was on, but there were some afters. Yeah, and she's a bit spicy at the moment, so just get the temperature down. Yeah, because I've got it. Happy?
Rosie Davis there, described
Okay,
by the
thanks. Come
referee
on.
as a bit
Working
spicy so far today. Is she quite a character on the pitch in most games?
Yeah, 100%. You can never know what Rosie Davis is going to produce next when she's got the ball in her hands.
As impressive as Amy Morgan has been with the ball in hand so far,
End of
it's
the
her
line
work
here, Swansea.
from the penalty that's been so impressive. If you have a look here at her run in the midfield.
Yeah.
The shot there
Big
on,
hit.
on Meredith. He's been very, very impressive for Swansea so far. So she's not knocked anyone to the floor down there. It's one of Swansea's best players. And another excellent kick from the hand to once again
Keep the gap,
put
guys.
UWE
You
in a
guys
really
close the
powerful
gap now,
position.
UWE,
It's
yeah?
Maddie
You guys-
Crofts with the ball in hand. And it's been thrown over
7
there.
up early. Free kick up here.
An overthrow there, but
Early lift.
Captain Davina Moore was put into
Free
the air early.
You're
And the
onside.
UWE skipper Hazel Joel has come away with it. Tips on there through Curtis. Another offload there, and it's Ward now. University of West England, the closest to the try line they've been so far. Curtis picks from the base.
Because she's down, you'll have the
But,
scrum. Let's
injured
deal with
player
it.
in the
Yes,
midfield.
please, time off.
Interacting with play. Means it will now
Offside,
be
yeah,
a
you have it.
scrum for the University of West England, just outside of Swansea's 5 metres. This must
Hazel
be
will have the
the
scrum.
University of West
Yeah,
England's
she'll
best
find
opportunity, you must think, Nikki, to come away with some points.
Absolutely, this is the best opportunity we've definitely had so far in this game. But unlike Swansea, I don't think we'll go for
If I
post
miss
here.
it, what I'm saying is if I miss it,
I'd be surprised if we did go for post here, considering how close we are to the try line. It's always been UWE's ethos. If you're that close, why not go for try?
Absolutely.
she's going to be able to play on. Just want to know what the guys want.
So another very rare break in play. Played just under half an hour of rugby so far. It's Swansea's number 10, Davis, who's down with a
30 players.
possible shoulder injury, but he's deciding to play on. And we will shortly have a scrum to
Guys, when we're
begin
ready,
the next phase of play.
UWE, water off, please.
What kind of
You're
attacking
in possession,
position
so it's going to be a
from
scrum for you
here do
guys
you think,
here.
what kind of moves do you think you'll be looking to play from this position?
I
Yeah,
think
but
from
I'll give
here
you
it will
enough to see
be
it. There you go.
pods of forwards, making big
Nothing
hits
early
towards the
from anybody,
line.
yeah, no early push,
But
no
initially
early
from the
hook.
scrum, it should be
Yeah.
hands through the backs and making those runs.
Remember where we are on the
UWE are
pitch.
stacked up on this far left-hand
keep the
side with the number 10 Davis,
Hands on.
who's
Crouch.
playmaker, situated directly behind the scrum.
Oi.
They'll be looking for some clean ball
Sit.
here. It's a powerful Swansea scrum. Who have driven University of West England back, but the ball has popped up at the base.
To ground.
And as Brace comes away with it,
Don't tackle, don't tackle.
penalty there has been given from the
Just
scrum
rip. She's legal.
for Swansea, but then Curtis, so many turnovers there, has ripped it, and now through the hole goes Morgan. Morgan dragged down just outside the 5 metre, picked by Curtis, flicked on to Davis. Davis, it's back to Davis. They found some wide ball of UWE now inside their 5 metres.
Just lost, it's lost now, 15. Back foot, back
Penalty
foot,
was
back
tapped
foot.
by Swansea and then ripped, and now the captain Hazel sits it through. Hazel Joel once more to Elman.
Short, no hands, out you come.
Short calls the referee, and
Look to
still
use it now,
UWE
stay
ball.
Back foot, you need to be in the line.
They swing left instead this time to Champion. And it's down for the University of West England. A turnover by Curtis, followed by an attack down this left-hand side. With numbers stacked through the forwards, they went back on the short side. And it's Rachel Champion on this far left-hand side that's touchdown for the University of West England's first points of the day.
You might hit her though, we'll just go time off. Time off.
They've called time off following injury here, but you see as the forwards are stacked on the left-hand side. It's really clever decision-making here to go for that far side instead, and Champion has space in front of her to dot down past two defenders. Really excellent work there by Kate Cotty to spot the space on that far side.
You know, time and time again, we see Rachel run that wing. We see her, you know, it's been a struggle for defences of other teams as well to stop Rachel from scoring along the wing, and it's great to see her do it in the game as well.
Now, as excellent a game of some of these Swansea players has, Davina Moore tapping and going from inside her 22 and then stripped by Karis Curtis. Really the penultimate moment in that build-up before the try. Quite a dangerous decision, don't you think, Nikki?
Yeah, absolutely, especially running into Karis when she's already turned over a good number of balls today. So
Karis Curtis leading UWE's turnover numbers so far.
Chill.
And now an opportunity from the tee. It will be the number 8 McKenna Brace to kick from this far channel. Both number 8s, the predominant kickers from the tee today. Meg Fisher, of course, who grabbed the first 3 points of the day. Has McKenna Brace been the primary goal kicker all season?
So our primary goalkeeper has been Anya Small, but she's not playing, and then it was Alex Hearn, who is actually injured. So I think McKenna Brace is now taking on the role.
Would be an incredibly impressive kick on this far left-hand side.
Minutes.
It's a good connection off the tee, but just wide to the left hand of the post. And as we cross over the half an hour mark, 10 minutes to go in this first half, the University of West England have a 2-point lead. How do you expect Swansea to respond? A team who've arguably have had the most possession so far, the most opportunities, to only have 3 points on the board so far. How do you think they're going to respond to going down as we close the first half?
I think it will be interesting. It's whether now they keep their composure or if they just lose their heads a bit. So now I'm excited to watch this last 10 minutes.
Davis has dropped the ball just inside the 15, and straight away Curtis has broken field through the first 2 tackles, and UWE are right up to the halfway line. Karis Curtis had an unbelievable game of rugby so far as they look to play wide. Dummy sold there by Davis.
Tackle now.
Still UWE possession.
Out you come.
As Meredith goes searching for the ball, but Meredith hung on to it illegally there and has been penalised.
You can't jackal if she's not rolling out, yeah? I'll give some leeway. If there's no jackal. Yeah.
And UWE have tapped it early. Once again, Curtis takes contact, but that ball has been spilled forward and it's been picked up by Swansea. There's Johnson.
Just because we've done it both ways and you're in control, let's deal with it.
There's a player down for the University of West England, so we restarted with a Swansea scrum. Another tap penalty that hasn't gone to plan so far. They don't seem to have been as effective as both sides would have hoped.
Yeah, I think we just got a bit excited there. We just need to slow down again, realign, and we need that patience. Like, that's what's just worked in our favour. We can't lose our heads now.
The jackler should see you trying to move and just give you the chance to get out.
I believe it's Maddy Crofts on the floor.
Yeah, but just tell you, fine.
University of West England's primary line-out thrower in front note.
Acknowledge I'm going east to west. Let me go, and then you can jackal.
Conversation between the referee and Swansea captain Davina Moore about the process of jackling on the floor. It's been successful for both sides.
Hazel.
Hooker, Morgan Meredith, and the very impressive number 7, Karis Curtis, have been really effective on the floor so far today, and in the rip.
Yeah. Where is the ball? Is there a ball anywhere?
We will restart with
Just so you know, no
a
one's going quick and I know where the
Swansea
mark is.
scrum, just inside their own half. Talk me through some of the players you have in reserve for the University of West England today. We have a look at the bench. Who's do you think's expected to come on and provide some really strong finishing roles?
I'd say Chloe Doherty. She's got a great run on her. She's very quick along the line. Her step, you know, you can't catch it. Quite literally, I'm a victim of that quite often in training.
Front rows around the world have, I'm sure we've all experienced being skinned by one of our outside backs in training.
Because they see so many on the grass pitch, you don't stop the game very often.
So some exciting players to come.
Like knees and ankles,
Plenty more for the players on the pitch to give.
They only play till you're 25 now.
So despite a small break from play, Maddy Crofts is up again and ready to continue on for the University of West England.
Yeah. So your scrum for a forward pass.
And once again, Swansea have ball to play with. Scrum really has gone back and forth. We saw scrum penalty, the only scrum penalty of the day so far, awarded to Swansea, but other times it's been really stable for the University of West England. How has the scrum fared so far this season?
Our scrum, we're actually really dominant. We've always had a strong scrum compared to other teams. I feel personally, not biased at all. Not that I'm a prophet anyway, but it's always been a strong scrum for us. I think, you know, we've had our challenges against others, but
stable scrum there, but Cotty will come away with it through the 10, Davis, and Davis finds the outside backs once more. Here's Hems with space to run into on this far right-hand side, but she's been tackled powerfully there by Amy Morgan all the way onto that far touch line, and University of West England will come away with it. Hems has looked really dangerous with ball in hand, but Morgan seems to have got a hold of her there. He breaks the first tackle, but as soon as Amy Morgan gets hold of her, she's just sauntered to the touch line. Really impressive defensive work by Morgan once again.
Yeah, awesome.
Another line out to come for the University of West England. Overthrown once more.
Not
straight once again.
Out
both lineouts seem to have struggled so far today. How do you think the University of West England are going to respond to their unsuccessful lineout so far?
I think that we just need to listen to the calls that are being made, listen to what we're calling for, and to focus on getting an accurate ball out. The wind, there is a bit of a wind, I can't lie. That could be impacting the throw, but...
Disappointing stuff so far from the set piece for both sides. And that scrum has gone straight to floor, and it's been given as a penalty for Swansea. And once again, the captain, Moore, will come away with it. But thrown wide and spilled into touch. Another tap there. The pass from Moore just doesn't go to Trumper's hands, so she had a bit of space to run into. You'll see there it's just been spilled backwards, so only a line out. And we're back where we were 5 minutes ago with more ball for you to play with. A much more successful line-out for the West of England as Davies looks to clear. Hems, the only one back for Swansea to return. And it's been spilled by Hems.
Well, she hasn't played the whistle. I have now blown it, but I was just checking because you didn't seem interested. It was a knock-on, no one's competing, you had to run to the line.
Well, interesting bit of play there. The old adage of play to the whistle, which is coached up and down the country, seems to have been ignored by both sides there. Slightly disappointing, but
if you win this, you'll be taking it back into your 22.
Knocked on there by Izzy Hems, who's been so successful with the ball in hand. You see here as the ball's knocked on, Izzy Hems wants nothing to do with it.
There's a bit of confusion whether she should pick it up.
The whistle doesn't go, and champions left it. But
so much confusion there.
It's been such a frantic game, so fast-paced. Possession has changed hands so often that bit of burnout early in this first half. But now you will have possession inside, just outside the 22. It's a good Swansea scrum, but they come away. But UWE come away with it, and it's from Morgan once more.
No, she's good. She's won.
Excellent work on the floor once again by Swansea. And they've turned the ball over inside the 22. Disappointing for the University of West England. Another opportunity spurred.
Yeah, you're good.
Now Swansea play away through Meredith and the 10, Davis. Through the centres, who've looked so dangerous so far. But that ball's gone backwards, calls the referee, so Hems will play with it. And there's Karis Curtis on the floor. So dangerous as she's been all day. And UWE will tap and go through Davis once more. Here's Joel, the captain, who tumbles up to the 5-metre line. And now Swansea could be in trouble. They failed to clear following the turnover, as they did for the first try, through the forwards. Jinx inside there by Brace. Brace now only inches away from the line.
Let's use it.
Marchington tries to find Morgan, who is running in, but the ball has been spilled just short.
2 minutes.
Disappointed, I know, Krish, but considering Swansea's inability to have cleared the ball from inside their own 22 so far today, still an opportunity for the West of England, do you think?
Lovely.
There's definitely so many opportunities. It's not disappointing, it's actually more frustrating to see us making these silly mistakes that we just don't normally make.
But a high-pressure game, of course, perhaps the biggest game of UWE season. You've played in a few high-profile games yourself, Nikki, over the years. Does that pressure really get to you at this stage of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for the UWE girls particularly, this is the closest scoreline we've had coming to an end of a half time. So the pressure's really on. So it's interesting to see how they're gonna deal with it now. Really,
there's been a break in play as Amelia Mills has left the field. Just having a discussion with some of Swansea's back team. Still have a break and pray. No changes made as yet, but it seems to be a change is coming on the field for Swansea. So Amelia Mills has left the field.
Get ready then. Time's on.
The first change of the game just inside this first half for Swansea. And now a really difficult position for them to exit from. If this is you at 9, Mickey, how are you exiting from this position? 5 metres out of your own line.
I'm giving that to my 10.
Pass on the ball, eh? Pass on the...
Yeah.
It spits out the back and it does go to the 10 Davies, but Swansea look to play. Finally cleared through their number 12, Izzy Evans. And a good clearance is just outside their 22. So well executed exit this time.
Yeah, they did well there.
Still looking to play all the time, our Swansea, even from inside their own half. Spat out the back there, but Cotty and Davis dealt with it well. Another line out for University of West England. Haven't all gone to plan today. Maddy Cross has another opportunity to throw in. And that is clean ball. And a maul is set by the University of West England. And Swansea have driven the maul back so far. But the ball has been prayed. Well gathered by Crofts. An excellent shot there in the centres by Swansea, and they've turned it over through that excellent work. They have the ball through Meredith, and perhaps the chance to counter. Once again, they play through Bates. Bates brought down by Curtis, and Curtis has turned it over once again. Karis Curtis, so dominant on the floor today, and UWE have won it back as they look to play from the 15 metres. Through the forwards, there's the captain, Hazel Joel. Good meters made by Joel, still going.
Tackle!
Finally brought down by Meg Fisher. Marchington through Curtis. Looks to tip it on, but that ball goes backwards. Still through Towie. Erin Towie plays with the ball now. Maul is called by the referee. But once again, Curtis comes away with it. Been so dominant so far. Let's play through the 10, through the forwards once more. Excellent pick up there by Morgan. Shooks to break the line. Offloaded once more. And here's Joel. UWE looking to build. Through the faces now. Marston takes it the other way. Morgan straight through the hole. Big fend, but brought down excellently well by Swansea. Now 5 metres out. Crofts tips it onto the 10 Davis, who's brought down. Offload to Belling, and Belling is over. And Lockleaze Sports Centre has lit up with cheers as that fantastic offload by Rosie Davies into the hands of Belling. It was a 3-man overlap on that near hand side as Belling crashes over for UWE's second try of the afternoon. Look here, it's great aggressive running by Morgan once more. It's clever play there by the number 10 Davies. Jinks inside, draws 2-man, sucks in the defenders, and just pushes it out of contact on the floor for an easy score.
I've said it before, Rosie Davies, she's got a great offload on her. She's got great hands, she can see opportunities. It was lovely play, and what a great try by Molly Belling.
Just a whole team try, I think. Everyone put in an absolute shift there. That was incredible. The patience definitely paid off there.
Swansea under a whole heap of pressure now. It'll be McKenna Brace to attempt to add the extras. It's an excellent, precise strike there by McKenna Brace, who will add the extras, meaning that after this first half, it'll be 12-3 to the University of West England, who lead 2 tries to 1 penalty against Swansea University. Some final thoughts on the first half before we go to our break, Mickey and Krish?
I think it's fair to say that within the first 25 minutes, Swansea did have the majority of possession. However, I think the way that we have played, we've actually executed and played the ball how we usually play, and that's ended up meaning that we are on top at half-time.
I agree. I think those first 25 minutes, it would have been really easy for us to have lost our heads and lost patience. But we just stick at it, and I think we've discovered the weaknesses in Swansea now, and hopefully we just utilise that and really build on that scoreline now.
Well, after an incredibly tense first 20 minutes, the University of West England have really hit their stride and gone over with 2 excellent team tries. Swansea still have a lot in the tank to respond to. We'll leave you with the first-time highlights of NextGen's coverage of this incredibly important Bucs Premier South playoff. We'll be back with the coverage very shortly.
Look who we've got! He's loving it.
Introducing NextGenXV, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
What a great tackle! It's not good enough.
1-2, skip a few and with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, NextGen15 will be bringing you live games and regular updates of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What a kick!
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is NextGen15.
Return to Play is the UK's leading sports medicine provider for schools and clubs. We ensure sport is safer than ever by making it easy for you to provide gold standard medical care to your players. Our head injury and concussion care service provides your players with 7-day-a-week access to some of the UK's most experienced concussion doctors, who make sure the correct diagnosis is made and manage each player's recovery until they are fit to return to sport. We also provide you with the education, policy, and administrative support you need to confidently manage injuries, giving you and your players' parents peace of mind. Using our innovative R2P injury management system, injuries can be quickly recorded, parents and staff automatically notified, doctor appointments booked, players' recovery tracked, and injury analysis downloaded. Our system even integrates with other school systems, saving you admin time. Our full sports medicine service is tailored to your organisation's specific needs, designed to best support your sports programme and medical setup. It includes our head injury and concussion care service, plus weekly sports doctor clinics, access to physiotherapists, matchday medical support, and more. Return to Play are partnered with over 60 of the UK's leading schools and clubs. Get in touch to find out more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of NextGen15's coverage of this Bucs Premier South playoff between the University of West England and Swansea. It's been a really impressive first half as the sun beats down at the Lockleaze Sports Centre. This game, of course, deciding who will start next season in the South Premiership division. University of West England undefeated across their season as Marchington takes it up through the midfield and wins the penalty advantage. University of West England undefeated across their season, while Swansea finished bottom of the South Prem behind teams like Cambridge Ladies and Bristol Uni and champions Exeter. A really high quality division as the University of West England get us underway. It's a really powerful one there by the number 4 Elman, who's freed up Curtis. Curtis has one more offload to number 9 Marchington, who's had a blinder at the start of this first half. Crofts through to the captain, Hazel Joel. Powerful collision there. There's a really intense contact there between Hazel Joel and one of Swansea's players, who's gone down in a bit of pain. So there will be a break in play here. A very intense start to the half as I bring my co-commentators Chris and Mickey back into play.
Yeah, amazing, yeah. Missed it. Yeah, intense. Again, expected though, isn't it? I'm sure Swansea have had a team talk about how they need to get back into the game, and I'm sure UWE have had a team talk how we need to keep the lead that we have ongoing. So
some really exciting attacking play straight out the blocks there, wasn't it, Mickey, from the University of West England?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's just what we needed to start.
There's a player down for Swansea following what was a really powerful run by the University of West England captain, Hazel Joel. A really powerful forward pack that UWE have utilised well. But very skillful there with Maddy Cross playing number 9 in that phase of play. So a good time to clarify exactly what we're playing for here. At the end of each season, the first place team in this league that UWE is competing in, they finish top, and they have this one-off playoff game against the bottom side in the Bucs Premier South, which is Swansea. And the winner of this game is who will compete in that division next season. So loads on the line today. So head coach Alex Griffiths on for Swansea. He's discussing the next phase of play. University of West England's head coach, Tom Monk. There's just player down following that collision with Hazel Joel. So we'll have this break in play. Chance for some of the players to relax and regroup after a short first half break. So Chris, I want to ask you what it would mean for the University of West England to head up into the same division as cross-city rivals Bristol's first team as well.
I think it'd bring us joy to actually have a game against them. That's not just a varsity friendly match. I think, you know, the competitiveness, it will bring a lot of the girls happiness, especially the girls who have been playing for a good 3 years now, who have been waiting to see this UWE squad move up in the league. It will mean a great deal. I've already heard a lot of them say how much it means to them. We're a family, like I say, we play for each other. We play because we love the sport, so we want to see us be successful.
And Mickey, you can see the growth already from when you were a player here just before the COVID-19 pandemic. The expansion of women's rugby union across university level, especially at the University of West England. And do you think that's really important that University of West England keep growing and keep improving as a side?
I think it's so important. Like the key for us is, like when you come to university as a woman, rugby for a lot of people, it's the first time you ever play, and you find a family and you find a love in the sport. And I think that for a university team to prove here how much it means and to like go up through the leagues, I think it's just incredible. And rugby, female rugby needs it. Women's rugby needs this sort of example.
Well, the substitutes are coming onto the field as both sides look to stay fresh.
I heard a really big crack.
It'll be interesting to see the changes made by both teams, if any, at this point.
I'll try and investigate just for a second.
Discussion between
Sorry to interrupt,
Swansea's head
do you need
coach
an ambulance of any sort here?
and the
Yeah,
referee.
no worries, don't rush, it was just a check.
Possible that an ambulance may be being called, which would represent a longer break in play. But we hope that everyone on the Swansea team will come out of this process all right.
Yeah. Just because the coach came and asked me what was up, but like, just so long as we know, but just keep the girls moving around.
It's also just so great to see so many people here. I especially know that from our time at uni, we never had audiences like this. So again, it's just a great experience for everyone, really.
The balcony on the Lockleaze Sports Centre is full of both student and parents alike, which is great to see. Following a Women's Six Nations that promoted record numbers at every fixture. And you'll see there Swansea's injured player is being carried off the field. A rapturous round of applause from both players and supporters is carried around the Lockleaze Sports Centre as we wish them the fastest and safest of recoveries. But with that change, it does mean that the game will be getting underway very shortly. How important in a fixture as big as this is it for players not to switch off, despite breaks in play like half-time or these prolonged injuries?
I don't think it's just any game like this. I think it's any game at all, full stop.
Yeah,
I think, you know, we constantly are reminding ourselves when injuries have happened previously during games that we need to keep our heads switched on. At the end of the day, we're at a game to win. We owe it to ourselves to win it. So it's always on our mind to stay focused on the game and to be prepared as much as we can.
We will restart with a scrum for the University of West England, which will be fed by Carol Marchington, who's had a really bright start to this second half. Mickey, you were telling me that there's a real mix of players due to things like injuries and how the season's progressed in the side today.
Yeah. This whole season, to be fair, the UE squad's been a bit chopped and changed quite a lot down due to injury, but the girls adapt so well every single game. So I have no doubts that we're gonna carry on so great today.
Early push there from the University of West England's front row gives Swansea
Remember, it's a free kick, you're outside
an
the
exit
22,
from
goes
what
out, then
a second half where they've been under a fair bit of pressure. Still, of course, two tries down as the captain Moore will tap and go as they play through the number 10 Davies.
That's fine.
Ball
She's
wide
committed, I'm right
there
here.
through the centres, and here's Hems once more. But a forward pass there from
Pass
Anna
forward, our hands
Stowell
have gone forward, the girls in front of
to
her.
Izzy Hems,
Scrum.
which is unfortunate. And once again, as Swansea look to
Need
play
to
out from
cheerlead
inside their own
inside the
half,
post.
they've
Really
failed to
lively.
exit efficiently, which was a story of the first half for them. And now
So
another
needs a
opportunity
referee.
for the University of West England.
Let's hope
I
so.
think what we're seeing here is that
Yeah.
it's the pressure getting to Swansea. They're making silly mistakes like we did, and it's understandable. I just hope that they can keep their composure and sort themselves out a bit.
Bind.
Although they are under pressure, Megan Bates was truly well and away on that far left-hand side for
Use
Swansea.
Nine.
Safe scrum ball now for Marchington to play with through Davis. With Morgan, who's been such a dangerous carrier so far. She breaks her first tackle, and the offload is away there to Burton. Good offloading play there, but unfortunately Hans has lifted it for a Swansea player, and now they'll have another opportunity to exit. Powerful running there by Lauren Anthony.
She was first.
But turned over on the floor by, you'll never
No,
guess,
She's not released.
it's Karis Curtis
Let's use
once
it now,
again,
Wolves 9.
who's
Stay up.
returned
Skip up,
possession
skip
to the
up.
University of West England.
She's having an outstanding game.
She's
Plays to the
stubborn.
short side for Morgan. It's Chip Frood there, and Champions there to chase. But it's gathered well by Swansea.
Let's use it.
And now they really are under a bit of pressure. Counter-ruck there by the University of West England, but it's played through Johnson once more.
Stay here.
And Cotty has it at the base.
Be put onside.
Cleared well
Yeah,
by
good now.
Davis.
Backwards.
And now Burton has the opportunity to return. Catherine Burton evades one tackle. This brought down well by Brace. Still UWE possession. Marchington. Through the forwards once more. Powerful run by Elman.
No hands, just leave you off, you're off. Leave it.
Here's Marchington once more with ball at the base. But busy hands from Morgan Meredith, who's been excellent at the turnover. This time is penalised.
I can let you have a bit. We did say before the game, not blade of grass, but you're 10 metres, 5 metres away. Yeah, we're here. Yeah.
Off the mark from the tap and go. We'll give UWE a chance to discuss.
Hands in the ruck, yeah?
What would your option be here, Mickey, if you were on the field now?
Hazel, what are we doing?
I think.
Yeah, there's the mark.
I think I'd go for touch.
Which is the decision that has been taken by Amy Morgan.
Yeah.
You've still got it, Mickey. Well done.
Excellent.
Really excellent kick just outside of Swansea's 5 metres. Really dangerous position. The line out hasn't ran as effectively as UWE would have hoped so far, but another opportunity for Maddy Cross to throw in.
I have lots of faith in Maddy
Your
here.
mark will be here, though.
I think the last line out she did, the throw went particularly well. I remember Rachel Champion got it.
Perhaps a change in fortunes for both sides from this set piece.
Compete at all because your hand's sealing it in, yeah? When you're both playing for Cardiff first team, and hopefully I'm there, I wouldn't give that long an explanation.
Krish informing us that she isn't biased at all. Don't worry, guys, I am. So it's fine. As a student of the University of Bristol myself, I don't particularly want either of these sides to win.
Yeah.
But I would be tremendously excited to commentate on a Bristol varsity game in a league next season, so perhaps there's that.
Maybe we'll get an invite back to there as well.
After a minute at the start, we had 10-minute delay.
It's Bristol, I don't really particularly want to be commentating that.
You'd be very welcome, Krish, I'm sure. Nothing like a bit of cross-city rivalry. Swansea, of course, had their own varsity game very recently against Cardiff. Didn't finish the way they wanted to, but speaking before the game to a few of their players, they felt they really spurned on by that loss. And they had a small mid-season camp before their varsity, and some players not available today said it was really intense. Some of the most intense training they've received so far this season. Really got them in the right mindset for what is a massive game for Swansea's women's side. Swansea University, of course, surviving another season in Super Bucs Rugby. In the men's game, they'll be joined by Nottingham, a team that the University of West England have beaten this season already. Will be staying in their respective division. But it is the ever-present Karis Curtis back to her feet. And so important to the University of West England in both attack and defence. And now they have an opportunity just outside of Swansea's 5 metre.
Can ignore, just stay in, yeah? Fine. Time's on, let's play.
Really efficient refereeing today. He's really got a good control over the game. As University of West England set up the maul.
Goal line, stay on the goal line. Once.
And the ball is available at the back of this maul. And away with it comes Curtis once more, through Davis. Out the back there to Burton. Burton opens the wheels. Burton taking on each Swansea defender herself. And Catherine Burton is over.
Wow.
Catherine Burton had champion outside of it, didn't need her. All Burton needed was wheels to take it outside of that Swansea attacking line.
I think a key factor of that try was the dummy that Rosie Davies did produce. It was a gorgeous bit of skill and a gorgeous try to watch.
We'll have a look again at this skill here. You see this fantastic running line there by the number 13, Lulu Hands.
Then just backing yourself like that is so important. Smashed it.
Excellent running there as the Lockleaze Sports Centre up in raptures once more as the University of West England extend their lead. 17 points to 3 with potential extras to be added by McKenna Brace. Really excellent score there by Catherine Burton. If I was Rachel Champion, perhaps I'd be slightly upset that I wasn't put under the post, but excellent work. Good accuracy on the kick there from McKenna Brace, but not the distance that was required on this far this short side, this left-hand side for UWE, and that will leave the score at 17 points to 3. With 35 minutes left to play in this game, starting to become a bit of a mountain from a molehill for Swansea to climb over. Do you think they have what it takes to get back in this game?
I want to say no, but I can't. I can't underestimate them, can I? They are a good side. They've shown some good skill in the first half. Let's just see if they can bring that back into the second half.
Lulu Hands from the kick-off carried it well, and now inside their 22. UWE will look to exit. And it's Curtis drawing the tackle once again there. She makes good meters outside the 22. Penalty advantage now.
Still playing advantage for the high tackle.
And Davis looks to chip ahead, but it's gathered by the captain, Davina Moore.
Number 3, high tackle.
It's a high tackle by Coral Johnson there for Swansea. Means that UWE have a clean exit, as over wanders Amy Morgan, who you imagine will be kicking from hand. UWE themselves were at fault for allowing Swansea a few easy exits in that first half. Do you think that's a real let-off for the University of West England?
Swansea, end of the line here, please.
I don't think it is, no. I think we've come back in this second half, and I think we've evaluated our performance in the first half, and we've picked up on points that we were struggling with. And I think we've just calmed down, and we've looked at the game, and we're just playing the way that we usually play. And I think that's exactly what we wanted to do.
So you think there's even more to come from UWE, do you think?
100%. I don't doubt that there's not more to come.
First half try scorer Bella taking contact from the line out there. Belling. And now Morgan comes away with it. Flicked out the back there to floor, but Davies cleans up. And now Curtis. Wide to Champion, who beats the first defender. Good leg drive to take over the second tackle. Picked up there by Curtis at the base. But it's a turnover there on the floor. It's been turned over there really effectively by Izzy Evans. The ball spat out of the ruck. It was cleaned up by Karis Curtis, but Belling didn't have the opportunity to clear. But another dangerous attacking move for the University of West England. Perhaps this is an opportunity for Swansea, who have had very little possession so far in this second half.
You've had plenty of penalties. It's one in reverse. We're going to deal with the injury. Tell the guys, I don't want to have to deal with that. I'll just walk it 10 next time. Any sign of it, a pick of the ball, a kick of it, I'll walk it. Any pick, any kick, I'll walk the next one 10. She knows now.
First change of the day for the University of West England.
Time's off.
It was number 21, Finley O'Regan, who's come on to the number 22, even Chloe Doherty, who was highlighted in the first half, has come on as a replacement, I believe, for Ellie Armstrong on that far wing. So we'll see if Trish's first half prediction of Chloe Doherty having an impact on this match can come true. We'll restart from the penalty. Karis Curtis just back into the defensive line. It looks like Swansea will tap again once more through the captain Moore. That ball's dropped, but cleaned up well by Meredith. Brought down by Marchington. Powerful running there by Johnson.
I think we're witnessing a steal, another steal.
Turned over once again by Karis Curtis, who's been absolutely everywhere. And the penalty, not rolling on the floor. Meg Fisher trapped under the ball.
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
And Crofts has tapped and go there through the captain Joel. Now the number 10, Davis. It's still wide. Burton chooses not to use the outside runner, but takes contact.
Off feet now.
Excellent play for the University of West England. Quick hands. Good opportunity now. Here's the captain once again, Joel. Ruck secured for the University of West England. And this time it's through Curtis. And now Davis once more. Davis, one more to number 8, Brace. Brace with one more pass wide.
No. Line out, it's fine. Just out of touch, just signalling.
But Brace just ran out of space there.
Line out, Swansea.
Couldn't find the one loose forward wide. That'll be a line out for Swansea. But deep inside their own 22. Just ran out of space there.
If you're not receiver, goal line.
No opportunity for Burton to go over.
Let's go, Swansea.
Again, really impressive attacking play from the University of West England. Is this how you think the rest of the game might go? Do you think they might start to pile on the pressure a bit more?
100%, yeah. I think when UWE have an eye for a win, and that's just all we can focus on. We just want to continuously score tries. That's all. That's all we want to do, and I can't see that stopping in the second half.
Well, it's a tap and go once again, as we've seen so often from Davina Moore, who drew a second penalty for not 10.
Number 9, not 10.
Another let off for Swansea inside their
Number 9,
their own
not
22.
10.
And surely now Davina Moore will decide to clear. It will be, in fact, Moore to kick from hand. Perfectly serviceable clearance kick there, with retained Swansea possession.
Cheers.
Just inside their 15 metres.
Defence.
Bit of a break in play after this really frantic
Just for the change.
first half and second half to continue into.
Coach, how many are you making?
And it was
Wait
Ella Armstrong has now left the field.
Time's off anyway, don't worry. Happy, everyone
Looks
in,
like Chloe Durity is onto the
10 metres, yeah.
far side wing. Just a change in positions there for the University of West England. Excellent line out from Meredith. And now UWE will play midfield through Johnson.
Hands off, hands off!
He's taken a new number of carries today. And the number 10 Davies just chips behind. It's Champion on the chase. With Burton for support. Burton breaks the first tackle. And the second, back inside to Champion. Good offload there to keep the ball alive. And now Morgan will play at number 9. Marchington now in for a usual position. And it's taken up there by Ward.
She's first!
Contest in the ruck and a turnover by Swansea. So no releasing there, despite Keris Curtis' best efforts to clear the ruck. And once again, Swansea have turned it over.
I've got it. Yeah, it's fine, just play.
Good combination play from Burton and Champion. But a turnover on the floor will give Moore another opportunity to clear. Another successful clearance. This time on the 15-metre, and Swansea once again will have possession. A bit careless for the last couple phases, have the University of West England, you might say.
I think maybe we've just been a bit too arrogant with our ways. I think we just got a bit too excited, maybe just making the same silly mistakes that we did in the first half. But by no means am I concerned by it, with the score being what it is.
Opportunities, of course, for Swansea all the time, as Meredith will throw him once again.
I mean, if you don't know it now, we're down.
And I think it's important for UWE not to forget how strong Swansea have been at that ruck. We just really need to protect ourselves at the ruck. That's definitely our weak spot at the minute.
That ball was overthrown, but it was cleared up by substitute Scarlett Seaman, who's onto the field now for Swansea. And Moore once again finds Davies, but the ball has gone backwards, so Davies will come away with it. Moore playing 9. Shows and goes to make some more metres for Swansea.
Now, roll. No, you're sealing her in. Use it, 9. Let's go.
And the two front row, Johnson and Thomas, will take the ball up further.
She's part of the tackle.
It's a penalty there. No releasing by the ever-present Keris Curtis, who was part of that tackle. And the penalty count in this second half climbs further still for the University of West England. And it's a tap and go into the hands of Lauren Anthony.
Great hit.
Excellent tackle by the University of West England. Strong defence. Crossing will play through the captain Moore.
Got it, no,
tipped on to Johnson. Johnson makes really good metres from that carry.
There's no ruck there.
But no ruck is formed.
I hear head. Yes, please.
So the ball has been turned over in that context, I believe.
Physios left.
But it was Keris Curtis caught at the bottom of that ruck. He's been really involved in the action today.
Time's off.
The shout of head Of course, that stoppage in play.
The ball's free to be picked up. Yeah, listen to me. You've got loads to say, but just hear the answers. And this is what I said in the pre-match, right? So think about how the laws work. You're a referee. No ruckus form. The ball is free. She's picked it up and tripped over someone on the floor. Yeah, we're happy with that. Within a metre of the ruck, that's fine. Yeah.
So a successful turnover on the floor there, as the referee has explained. The breakdown's been really important so far today.
What do you mean? If you're not competing, I'm not going to get involved. If you're competing and they're not on the ball.
As a spectator, I think this breakdown competition is definitely the most difficult UWE have seen this season, but they're contesting it well, they're doing well.
Forward. Are we happy now? Is everyone in? Let's get moving then, guys.
We'll restart with a scrum to the University of West England.
They were in the ruck going forward, so we'll just go
Pretty proud of myself for calling that.
Load of time, 25 minutes. Think about
Watch enough of these games, you get acquainted with the rules.
There's your mark.
Not that I'm going to start questioning a referee on my own match days. We'd never do that. Front row never talk to the referees.
Oh, never talk to the referees.
They
Whatever they say goes. That's what I've
They
learned.
don't care what we have to say anyway.
No, you're irrelevant.
The scrum will be fed by Marchington. He's had a really, really strong start to this second half.
Crouch. Boy. Set.
And the University of West England will get us underway. Really powerful Swansea scrum there.
Can't come straight out the tunnel.
Spat out the far side.
Yeah, the ball can't come straight out the tunnel.
Impressive work in the front row from Swansea.
Same mark. Let's go, let's get back down, let's get ready to go. Let's go, and again, Swan. Come on, hookers. Crouch. Set. Boing. Ready. Set.
Scrum reset, and this time it's stable ball for the University of West England. Picked up at the base by Brace, who swings it back to Davies, but that ball is loose on the floor.
Stay up, stay up.
Picked up by UWE. Through the captain once more, Joel.
Tackle, release.
UWE just looking to build towards an exit, you'd imagine. Good contest on the floor there, but this will be University of West England ball, but it's a turnover there.
Number 1.
By the number 10.
Holding.
Davis in such a dangerous position.
Here you go, here's your mark.
And what an opportunity this is for Swansea, who tap and go through the number 4, Lauren Anthony.
Out you come!
And now
Out
Swansea just sit outside UWE's 5
well
metres.
done, that's good enough.
There's numbers wide, but the number 10 hits a hard line. Davis is over. There were numbers, too many to be counted on that far left-hand side, but an excellent pass by Meg Fisher. Great change of line by Kaylin Davis. And Davis goes over for Swansea's first try of the afternoon in a really kickable position that could cut this gap to just 7 points. That's got to be disappointing with ball inside their own half. They were unable to clear, and Swansea have been punished in the first half. Great direct running line from Davis. You've got to be disappointed with to concede having had the ball inside your own 5 metre just a few phases ago.
It is disappointing. It is disappointing, don't get me wrong, but you've got to give credit where credit's due. Swansea worked hard for that try. They played amazingly. They worked the ball well, and it's what they deserved. So there's no argument with it.
Here's Fisher. An excellent kick by the number 8 Meg Fisher, highlighted before the game for her ability at the tee. And that will cut the gap to just 7 points with over 20 minutes left in this Bucs Premier South playoff. This one-off playoff competition that will decide the eventual competitors in next season's Premier South competition. University of West England came out of the gate strong in this second half. Scored their 3rd try of the afternoon, but they've been penned back by Swansea. And now we'll see if Vice-Captain Amy Morgan can respond from the kickoff. The kickoff has gone 10, but an attempt by Rachel Champion to play the ball means that they'll come back for the scrum.
Not only is it not gone 10, she's then knocked it over there. Scrum. Here.
You can see Mickey Peacock's confused face there. He's perhaps unhappy with that decision.
It's just frustrating there. It should have been left, and we could have gathered it from the floor there, but it's fine. We'll move on from that mistake.
Perhaps a shift in momentum in this fixture.
Crow.
The Swansea would once again have possession, now on halfway.
Bind.
Cotty to feed this scrum.
Set.
And it's an excellent counter scrum by UWE, who have turned it over. And now they'll come away with it through Morgan once more. That ball's just behind Champion.
It's all backwards.
But it's all backwards, says the referee, and Davis will take it forward once more. Turnover on the floor, perhaps by Meredith, but no, she's not released as the tackler.
You're the tackler.
And from a good turnover there, Meredith perhaps feels unlucky to have not turned that ball over.
No, it's tapped, it's play. She's tapped it.
Tapped and go there, and Curtis comes away with it, passing it on there to the number 12 Morgan, who's battling with substitute Seaman.
Amazing ground.
Once again, Meredith is in the floor, and this time Meredith has turned it over, and Swansea come away with it. Second time lucky for Morgan Meredith, who's been excellent at the breakdown all day. And now Swansea will come away with it.
Tackle now, release.
It's a pile up in this scrum, but
You've got to release.
interference there from Curtis once the referee's told her to leave it alone. And protest by Curtis has taken us back another 10 metres. And now the University of West England sit just inside their half as Swansea come away with it. It's through Fisher. Fisher makes great metres.
Stay up, stay up. That's fine.
The ball is loose, and it's been picked up off the floor once again by University of West England. Now Curtis comes away with it. Curtis, excellent hands by Elman to keep hold of that offload.
She's fine.
But there's more impressive work at the breakdown, and again, Meredith has turned the ball over. Another turnover in quick succession by Morgan Meredith. The ball is loose, but Davis will clear it up. Good pace injected onto the ball by Davis, who grubbers it through, and that ball is going to sit just outside of the 22. It'll be University of West England possession, but really excellent clean-up work by Swansea's sole try-scorer, Davis.
Yeah, that was a great play from Swansea, to be fair. They've done well there, but hopefully UWE can just exit it now and we can just regather ourselves and start fresh.
She's come in.
Does it feel at all, Chris, that we've returned to the beginning of the first half with the way that it's going back and forth?
You could say that I'm experiencing a bit of deja vu.
I'll leave you time off.
But as I recall in the first half, UWE did come out on top. So if it does follow the first half way,
the reason I ignored that head injury is because I wanted to check if that was a 50-22. For me,
but having said that, Swansea are playing amazingly well. You've got to give credit to them. They are, I think, half-time must have had a good chat and realised what was at stake, and they are fighting strong, and I respect that from them.
You're 90% okay, but I've shouted release. You then have
the referee
to
just
release,
explaining why Karis Curtis can't win them all.
You're not listening. So you're the tackler, and then
that would be a shock to her.
Because there's a rock then formed, you then can't put your hands into it, whatever happens. Even if you release, at that point, you then can't jackal. Yeah.
Referee's got a real good hold on this game so far. Very experienced referee in the Bristol area. Refereed at all sorts of Bucs levels, all the way up to Bucs Premier 1.
Cool. Let's get ready then, guys.
Swansea's number 23,
I've already told the captains, don't worry.
Which is Martha Evans, playing second row today. Who's down on this near side, returning to play. And following that short break, it will be a line out to the University of West England, just down outside of their 22.
Defence
following that excellent kick through by Kaylin Davis.
Did you not hear when we just spoke a second ago? Oh, yeah. I'm not going to change my mind just because you've smiled at me. Time is on.
Referee immune to all forms of charm, it seems. Excellent line-out throw there by Maddy Crofts to secure ball for the University of West England. Davis comes away with it, offloads, and here's Morgan injecting some pace into the attack. Morgan frees up the ball, and it's spilled, unfortunately, there by Champion, but the referee calls it backwards, and for it eventually runs out to the line.
Line out, Swansea.
So following an excellent break there by Amy Morgan, Champion unfortunately couldn't hold on to it and tackled into contact following that backwards drop. Meaning it'll now be Swansea ball once more, just on the 15-metre line.
10, 10, 10.
Number 17 for Swansea. Leah Rogers, now on line-out duty. Good cut inside there.
Tackle!
By Evans.
She's fine,
and now Cotty comes away with it. Davis once more, spreads it wide. And one pass just too far, unfortunately, there for the wide player Megan Bates to deal with, but still Swansea possession.
Leave it now, it's a
Was on that wide channel, but Stowell and Evans couldn't feed it wide.
Hands.
Hands in the ruck there, the call from the referee, and it's been tapped by Moore. Moore once again takes it forward. Offload into their number 13, Anna Stowell. But turned over once again on the floor by Caris Curtis.
Let's use it.
And now UWE have a chance to exit. It's in the hands of the captain, who tips it on.
Tackle now. Stay back foot. 4, stay back foot.
UWE possession once more as they play through the forwards. Tips on to the 10, Davis, but she's caught well by her opposite number and namesake, Davis too.
Out you come.
And it is the perennially busy Morgan Meredith in there, attempting to steal the ball, but the referee unhappy with her injection of play, and that'll be an opportunity for the University of West England to exit. So as time ticks by, you perhaps think that Swansea is starting to panic. Still only 7 points behind, but an inability so far to penetrate the UWE 22. Excellent kick there for Morgan to find touch.
Swansea. End of the line.
It's not a big lead by any means. Even I'm still nervous about the score now. Let alone Swansea, but I still think with the time that they have left, which is around
keep the gap,
17 minutes, 16 minutes.
Yes, good.
I think it's going to be a good rest of the match. Interesting to see.
Throw there by Crofts, tapped backwards there into UWE's hands, but it's been picked up excellently well by Meredith, who breaks the first contact. Offload to Martha Evans.
Out you come, out you come.
And now Swansea have ball outside the 22. Here's Cotty into the captain Moore. Finds the 10, Davis. Missed pass out to the wide channel. And there's numbers on for Swansea, but the ball once again from Stowell goes down. Picked up from the base of the ruck on this far channel by Swansea players.
Knock-on advantage. Just play the knock-on.
Knock-on following the turnover. I mean that Swansea come away with it from Meredith once more. Here's Johnson. Direct running from Swansea's front row. Still Swansea possession as they break into the 22. Cotty. Direct running once again by Swansea, this time through Stowell. And that is once again a turnover by Caris Curtis. You couldn't write it. Every time they enter the 22, Curtis is there to disrupt. What an unbelievable defensive performance, you must say, Krish.
100%. Caris is a very stubborn player. We all know it if you ask anyone on the team. And in other games as well, she has been constantly at the ruck, ready to steal that ball. So it's no shock today that she's turned up and performed the way that she has.
Following that penalty then, it will be UWE ball once more as they spent a fair bit of time inside their own half now, Mickey. You think they'll be more tempted to put the boot to ball?
Potentially, but I think our hands are working pretty well. Their fullback's pretty switched on as well.
I'm not going to have hands out here and in here. Davina, scrum or line out?
I think hands is working in our favour for now.
Line out's not straight. Calls the
I know
referee.
they're not competing in that particular line out, but I can't have people catching it out here and bringing it back in here.
Ball just landing too wide on the wrong side, as you see here for the University of West England. So it'll be Swansea ball once again.
Yeah, time off. You've said that more than anything else today. 14 minutes, 17-10 the score is. 2 changes are you making, yeah?
Changes now for Swansea. Number 19, Hannah Jury McLennan is on the field. Johnson and Evans both leaving it for Swansea. They've been ever involved in the very physical performance of Swansea's pack.
Set.
Did this new front row can have any impact for Swansea? And it's been picked up with the back by Fisher, who injects some pace onto the ball. Tipped on there by Davies, well held in the contact. Turned over on the floor by her opposite number. Now Rosie Davis comes away with it. But Meredith once again is first over the ball.
Time off, it's fine.
Really quick change of play there. You had the turnover from Rosie Davis for UWE following a well-held pass. And then Meredith straight in there following the tackle to rip the ball once more.
Do me a favour, I know you're the skipper, but I can't have you yell at me. The game's going to be close for the next 13 minutes, so our interactions are simply going to be captain, and sir, because I will deal with that when the guys need to walk 10. Just drop the ball there, Listen to me, that's the end of the conversation.
Incredibly tense affair. Very high stakes fixture for both sides, with promotion on the line for the University of West England and relegation facing Swansea. Tempers may begin to flare. The referee looks to keep control.
No, time. Oh, 30
player
minutes.
down for the University of West England. Looks like Maddy Crofts on the floor on that far side.
Take your time.
Time is off, of course.
17:10, 13 minutes.
How are the nerves, Krish?
They're great. They're fine. I'm not nervous at all.
I don't believe you, Krish.
Hazel, while we got time
What's
off,
giving you that impression? Full confidence in this
I'm gonna do
team.
this down there with a penalty down
Full
there.
confidence.
There's numerous penalties now. So the penalty count from the first half is quite low. It's gone clearly up here. We had a penalty over there, then a penalty just before they scored the try, so I left it. And I said the next penalty in the red zone, I'll have a conversation with you. So whilst the times of get the girls together, it's mixed discipline. So there's lots of different offences. We need to be a bit squeaky clean down here. I'm not talking yellow card just yet, but I'm just saying to you that I'm starting to think about red zone.
Can I have a chat with the team
Go
and
for it.
then we reset?
Yes.
No changes following that delayed period while injuries were addressed. And the referee has had a stern word with Captain Hazel Joel about the penalty count.
Now I know.
And we will, of course, restart with a penalty, which Swansea captain Moore looked to tap from once the defensive line of the University of West England has been set.
It's all being picked up by the mic, don't worry.
How much does it play on the mind of these girls in defence when they know that their next penalty could see a card being shown, Mickey?
It's a lot of pressure, and you worry sometimes that with that
They're just
fear of a
talking
yellow,
about
you back
discipline
off
and
a
we're ready
bit,
to go.
and that's what we can't afford to do right now. So we just really need
10
to be
metres.
disciplined at this
Yeah,
point.
you're good.
Keep the girls out, and discipline
Time's
here
on.
is crucial.
Moore swings it wide to Davies. And it's an excellent shot there on Hems, but Swansea still come away with it. Through Cotty for Swansea. Powerful carry by the substitute. Out the back flip, but it's their own player there that's caused the contact, and still Swansea play with it. It's gone backwards there, but it's been kicked up by UWE, and now Morgan will come away with it. Morgan beats the first defender. Morgan crashes through two tackles. Offload there to Curtis. UWE look to counter now. And it's wide to Champion. Champion has three defenders to beat as she takes contact. Penalty advantage for the University of West England to play with after a high tackle by Swansea's Trumper.
Out you come, out you come.
No advantage on that high tackle on Champion from Trumper. And following a period of intense pressure, now the University of West England have travelled all the way inside Swansea's half. And this rowdy crowd at the Lockleaze Sports Centre are loving how the game has progressed. Great kick there from Morgan.
Great kick.
Swansea.
One for the crowd.
And now a period of possession for the University of West England. For the first time in a long while inside their 22. As Cross will look to commence the throw. Really great counter-attacking work there from Curtis and from Burton. And line-out ball secured through Marchington. Once more to Curtis, now Davis, the 10. Captained by, tackled there by the captain, Moore. But it's still UWE ball. Hard line there by Phoebe Ward. But a turnover has been commenced. And it's the captain, Moore, who stepped up to steal ball back for Swansea, as now they look to counter. Quick feet there by the number 10.
She's fine.
But still Moore comes away with it. Tipped wide through the number 13. That's Stowell on that wide channel.
You're fine, but side. You've got to come around.
And Curtis
to the
has
gate.
turned over the ball effectively, but not from the
Side entry.
gate. So it's a penalty now. Moore stands over once more.
Hazel, now that's it, yeah? No more now. Yeah, don't want to see any more.
Another warning for UWE's captain about penalties inside their own half.
That's it, final warning now.
As
Next one goes.
Davina Moore, who's been everywhere for Swansea today, kicks into touch. You see here it's a perfectly reasonable turnover from Curtis, but not the right angle. And as the referee has dictated, the next penalty will be a card inside this area, which certainly would make for a very nervous last 10 minutes. Hey, Krish.
Yeah, it really would.
Clean line-out ball there. And Cotty throws it in the midfield. It's kicked crossfield, but it's touched by Davis, so all Swansea players are onside. It's been left. It's been left by Catherine Burton. But however,
goal line drop out because it was touched by red. Yeah, I've shouted touched by red, goal
it will
line
be
drop
a
out.
goal line dropout as the ball was touched in flight, as the referee made clearly available.
Goal line. I'm shouting the whole time.
The shout of touch
the
was
kicker,
heard
behind
by
the
the
kicker.
crowd and players alike, so
Behind the kicker,
just
guys.
a goal line dropout. And it's chipped short into the hands of Meredith. Not the kick that was required from that drop from Morgan. And now Swansea have possession
Tackle.
inside the
Out, you
5
can't, out, you
metre.
can't move.
Davis looks to dictate
fine.
play.
No, she was fine, but then she's knocked the ball on. She's fine.
Ball
to
was stripped
tackle
cleanly
knock
there,
on.
but
Swansea
knocked
score.
on following that rip on the floor. So Swansea have an attacking position to play from. Frantic couple of moments. You see from this line out, the ball goes loose, picked up excellently well by Davis. And this crossfield kick, it's touched in flight
Nothing
there
early, guys. Goal line for the defence,
by a
please.
UWE player. So the decision to let it run dead by Burton, perhaps not the right one. But the clearance kick not effective. You see the turnover on the floor was
Yeah,
successful,
everyone just
but
stand now,
it was
time's
dropped
off.
following that.
Change.
Time's off for the change.
I've got no comms to hear what the number is, so you guys are going to have to sort the number out.
So it looks like Poppy Ellman to leave the field. He's had an excellent game.
Discipline as well, guys. Yeah, discipline. Time's on.
Now it is Swansea ball, just outside
Fine.
this 5 metre channel.
Set.
What a pivotal moment in the game this could be.
Use.
It's a powerful University of West England scrum, but Fisher has gathered.
She's fine. She's fine. She's
And it's
fine.
been turned over once again by Karis Curtis.
Tackle.
Perhaps her most
Yeah, you just
important
off.
impact of the match so
Melody.
far. Of all the turnovers made, this one with the pressure
Ball
on inside the 5 metre,
You're onside
and it's
now.
hung high into the Bristol sky by Morgan. And now Cotty will return possession. Cotty finds the number 13, Stowell. Stowell still going, beats 2 defenders before being dragged down just
No hands.
inside University of West England's 22. Still Swansea play through Moore. Excellent tip on there to Izzy Evans.
Go. 5. It's fine.
But it's the captain, Hazel Joel, who's been shown the yellow card following that illegal tackle on Izzy Evans. And Evans is also
Didn't
down,
get
so there will be a
red
break in
plus
play.
for a yellow card. They're already on a warning. I couldn't see. It's around the wrong side.
So yellow card for accumulation following that hit on Izzy Evans. And now the University of West England are in a very dangerous position. The captain, Hazel Joel,
for
who's
me,
in the bin.
Visuals on that, just so you know, so we go through the process. I've got rid of her straight away, but she's a skipper. To me, the shoulders bounced off the ball into her neck, indirect for me, but I'm around the wrong side to see it.
So a partial high tackle
What are
is
you
the
doing once
offence.
it's done? Are you
Penalty
tapping or you
inside the 22. Means that it will be
Time is
a
off.
penalty for Swansea now.
Who's the skipper now? Because we're at 33 minutes, she's not going to come back on.
That will be Hazel Joel's
So she's
last
been sent to
interaction in
field
this
for a
fixture, as the
card.
yellow card will
You're
expire before the end. There's 7 minutes
Me
left in this
or
game.
From my picture, you were already on a warning.
The vice-captain, Amy Morgan,
Remains because we're in the red zone. So remind the
will
girls
be the
that
captain
it's
for the remainder of this fixture.
in the red zone move. Yeah.
So for the last 7 minutes, the University of West England are down to 14 with a 7-point lead to defend in this Bucs Premier South playoff.
They're still on their warning.
The undefeated University of West England across this entire season now have 7 minutes to defend a 7-point lead against the South Premier side Swansea. It'll be Moore to get us underway with the tap and go. Moore finds Davis once more, and it's out wide there through Evans. Evans makes great meters, brought down outside, just inside the 5 metre.
Fine, counter-ruck's fine.
Counter-ruck, but gathered once more by Swansea. Swansea find Hems. Hems is being dragged to the touchline. The ball is freed, and Swansea still have possession. Stowell was in field, and now Cotty. Cotty finds Fisher, who jinks inside once more.
Release now. 9, use it.
Cotty still with Swansea possession. Davis. Here's the captain, Moore. Moore is wide. And there's Brace, who has space outside. Excellent tackle there by the substitute, Dury. But still Swansea ball. Here's Hems. Hems with a big fend, brought down just inside the 22. UWE defend valiantly here with 14 men against Swansea. Now there's the substitute, Drury McLennan. Still Swansea ball. Cotty. Davis. Short ball inside to Meredith. Maul is called by the referee as University wrap up possession. And there's no movement on the ball as Meredith looks to play.
No,
and it's a turnover for the University of West England. Meredith was all wrapped up there by this University of West England defence. And the Lockleaze Sports Centre is up in chance as the University of West England now have an escape.
There's your mark.
What an unbelievable phase of play that was, Mickey. Some fantastic defensive work.
That was tense, but yeah, great from UWE, great defence.
It was our own Chris Deere leading the chant at the Lockleaze Sports Centre.
Crouch!
I'm still not biased.
Set!
We just need to get a good clearance now, relieve some pressure.
And it's clean ball for the University of West England. Morgan. And that kick has deflected off a Swansea player before being knocked on by Drury and attempted to gather. And it's a penalty for Swansea and a second yellow card. This time for the vice-captain, captain, Amy Morgan. And with 5 minutes left in this fixture, the University of West England are down to 13. The kick was scuffed from Amy Morgan. No connection was made. It was knocked on in an attempt to gather by substitute Chloe Jurity. And then a high tackle in the response. We'll see here the kick scuffed, it's dropped on there, knocked on, gathered by Davis, and that tackle is high. The shoulder is right into the face of the number 10 for Swansea, Kaylin Davis. And now 5 metres out, Swansea have a line out, still trailing by 7 points. With hardly any time left on the clock today, 5 minutes to go, they will remain at 13 men for the remainder of this fixture. Clean line-out ball and the maul is formed. And Swansea are rumbling towards the line. Good counter for the University of West England. Moore gets the ball back to Meredith. Meredith takes it down the short side. Meredith presents the ball back on this wide channel.
No hands!
Cotty has ball available and it's spilled. It's been spilled by just inside the 5 metre.
She's fine. The Jackal 7 is fine, but we'll go back. No advantage for the knock-on. Scrum.
And Swansea have spurned an unbelievable opportunity.
Great.
With very little time left on the clock. The knock-on there. And perhaps the pressure there.
Swansea, it's your
perfectly reasonable ball from Cotty. But in these moments, it's the story of Swansea's season, really.
2 minutes left and they need the time as well, right?
A young squad, an experienced squad, who have sometimes struggled with the pressure of these big moments. And no moment is bigger than this.
Yes.
Staring relegation down the barrel, trailing by 7. Now against the 13-man University of West England.
Yeah, who's the skipper now? Yeah. 3, yeah. We're exactly 37, time off.
Maddie Crofts to take the armband, I believe. While the number 4 for Swansea, Lauren Anthony, is receiving some treatment. Anthony looks to get back to her feet in what is an incredibly pivotal moment in the game.
Happy, yeah?
You must be happy with the defence so far, Krish.
I'm beyond happy with the defence. I'm beyond happy with the girls' performance regardless.
Like we know where we are,
they gave it their all. I don't
Time's
question that at all. I just think it's the last 4 minutes, and I hope that we give it everything that we've got, because it'll be a real shame if we don't.
It's Carolyn Marchington with the feed for the University of West England. The 13-player University of West England. 5 metres out from their try line.
Use.
And the scrum's gone UWE's way, but a dominant Swansea shove has turned the ball over, and it's a penalty for Swansea just 5 metres out. Substitute Hannah Jahuri McLennan in the front row has driven back the University of West England, and what a penalty to win, and what a stage of the game.
Time is off now, just for now. What do you want to do here? What are we doing here? Cool. So
what a powerful scrum this is. It's on the far-hand side. It's Tyrion Thomas, who was highlighted at the start of the game for her power and strength, who's driven back the University of England, and now Moore will tap and go. And it's Anthony, who is called short by the referee, just 5 metres out. Picked once again and short, still 5 metres out. It's still Swansea ball, penalty advantage to Swansea. They've got balls to play with. Tapped on the wide channel, and it's been scored, and it's the captain, Davina Moore.
If you're quick, we might get another
Moore,
play,
who's
so
been dictating the play with just 2 minutes left on the clock. The score is currently 17-15 to the University of West England. 2 minutes left on the clock. You see here, what have you got to say about this, Mickey? This strong defensive line. You can just see the numbers. They run out on this far-hand side.
Yeah, we do. That's just brute strength from Swansea there, and we've given it everything we've got there. But again, credit where credit's due. Swansea have done well to get over the line there.
What a time for your captain to step up, Davina Moore. And it'll be Meg Fisher, who's been so excellent for the tee today, with a penalty and a conversion with her second opportunity. It's an accurate strike, but it doesn't have the power. And now, with a minute left to play, the University of West England have 60 seconds to secure their promotion to the Bucs Premier South.
Let's go, guys. Time off.
Following an undefeated season, where UWE were crowned champions, they've got 60 seconds left of their season to attempt to secure promotion.
Skipper, time is off. We've got a minute. Hold it a second till the time's on now.
60 seconds.
It'll be McKenna Brace to get us underway for the 13-player University of West England, gathered by the substitute Phoebe Mound.
Tackle.
Swansea still retain possession with a two-man advantage. Here's Cotty through Anthony once again.
It's out, that's out.
Cotty tries to spread it wide.
So knock it, you're legal, you're fine, you've knocked it on.
So Rosie Davis has come flying through the ruck legally and disrupted play, but still Swansea possession. With under a minute left to play. Last play called by the referee with a scrum for Swansea. They are outside of UWE's half. It's been an unbelievable game of rugby so far, and here we are in its final moments. The University of West England down to 13 for the final 7 minutes of this fixture.
Let's use it.
Big push from
And it's a powerful UWE scrum. The ball has gone loose, but it's gathered by Anna Stowell. Stowell plays it wide. And a fantastic tackle there on the wide channel. UWE with their last play of defence. It is still Swansea ball. The referee called release following Curtis's attempted turnover, but the ball was not released, and now Moore will tap and go. It's swung wide, and here's Davis. Davis with options outside. Sails and goes. Davis through the hole. Swung wide once more through the centres. And it's been spilled by Louise Trumper. And that is it. The whistle blows, and the University of West England have been promoted to the Bucs South. The chants of UWE rip up the Lockleaze Sports Centre as the players and coaching staff flood the field. And despite being reduced to 13 players following this fantastic undefeated season, the University of West England have toppled Swansea from the league above by 2 points and 2 points alone to secure their promotion. Here's the final closing moments. It was spun wide. There was numbers outside. But Thumper's been so unlucky there in this final moment of pressure. And the University of West England have come away with the victory. Chris, you must be delighted.
I'm over the moon. I can't express it. I have a massive grin across my face, I'm sure, as you all can imagine.
Mickey, what do you have to say on what has been a fantastic game of rugby?
It was just incredible. So tense towards the end there, but our defence was just insane. We did so well. I'm so proud of the girls. What an incredible way to end a fantastic season. Just amazing.
Well, what a fantastic moment for the University of West England.
The girls just deserve this so much. Like, so much has happened this season, as everyone's aware, and this would just be the perfect way to just finish off the season. I'm so proud of these girls.
And what has been an incredibly emotional and trying time for the University of West England, following the passing of one of their players, Maddy Lawrence, only so recently. This, their first competitive fixture since that fateful day, and they have brought home a victory. And the University of West England, there are players reduced to tears on the field, and they've won promotion. Next season, the University of West England will be playing the likes of Cambridge, Bristol, in the second highest level of university rugby. Run you through to play's day. Yeah, the opening try of the day was scored, of course, following that three-point conversion by Champion. And then Amy Morgan, who saw out the last 5 minutes from the sideline, was so direct and so impressive. This was the second try of the first half. Davis, an excellent fixture, pops it up. Excellent offload and an easy score. Following the start of the Sir-Khan Curtis, who's been absolutely unbelievable today. Excellent running line by Davis, and here is Burton turning on the wheels. So impressive. This score proved decisive for the University of West England, and it's her wheels beating 4 Swansea defenders. But Swansea kept the game entertaining as the second half closed over. Excellent play here by Fisher. Found Davis with a great running line to score their first try of the game and close the gap to 7 points. And in the closing stages, when UWE were reduced to 13 men, it was the captain, Moore, dotted down in the corner. 15-17 it became, but unfortunately, Meg Fisher couldn't convert. And following some incredible defensive work, a spill by Thumper in the final play of the game meant that the scenes you have on the pitch now were allowed to take place. An unbelievable result for the University of West England. Support has been emphatic today in what is the biggest game of their season. And despite the hardships they faced as a squad, UWE are going up is the chant that rings around the stadium. The University of West England are promoted. And it's commiserations for Swansea, who will be competing in the division below next year. We'll be back shortly with some post-match response and maybe a couple of interviews with some of these star players. I've been Wilfred Kemsley, and this has been your coverage of Next Gen 15. The South Premiership playoff, and it'll be the University of the West England who have taken away this thrilling encounter. We'll be back very shortly with more. Well, the final whistle has only just blown as the University of West England players gather on the field. I am incredibly lucky to be joined by today's man of the match, an impervious performance by Karis Curtis. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's literally meant the world to me today. I've just finished playing my last 3 years for UWE, and I just thought, put it all out there today.
And to see off your time at the university with a promotion.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. I literally wish the girls all the best next year, and I have no doubt that they're going to absolutely smash it.
And with all the emotional and turbulent time that you've had at the University of West England, especially recently, how important is it to you that rugby's brought together this community and they're able to celebrate such a fantastic occasion?
It's absolutely amazing. I think that, losing Maddy was probably the hardest thing that's ever happened to us as a club. And I think now it just shows how amazing this community is and how literally every rugby club up and down the country have come together to celebrate her life. And we've got her parents here today as well, which is just absolutely amazing. I just feel so overwhelmed.
Well, it's an amazing achievement. Promotion finally for the University of West England. And how excited will you be to return, just like Mickey has, to cheer on the girls next season?
Oh, I can't wait. They can't get rid of me that easily.
Well, thank you so much for joining us up in the commentary box, and a fantastic performance. And you are Next Gen's today's man of the match in this incredibly important fixture.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, what more could you ask for today on the live stream? We've had a back and forth game of rugby, a really impressive affair, and it's the home team, the hosts here at the Lockleaze Sports Centre, who come away as champions. We'll leave you with the sound of celebrations as the University of West England, which will ring on long into the night. Champions of their league, undefeated, and worthy victors in today's fixture. The University of West England are promoted to the South Premiership. Thank you for the Lockleaze Sports Centre and for hosting us today. Thank you both my co-commentators, Mickey and Trish, they've been excellent. And finally, thank you to Next Gen for your continued fantastic coverage of rugby up and down the country. What a fantastic day for the University of West England, and what a fantastic day for all those who could have witnessed it. I've been Wilfred Kemsley once again. Thank you very much for tuning in for Next Gen's coverage of the South Premiership playoff, where the University of the West England have come out as victors against Swansea.
Introducing Next Gen 15, the new home of school rugby.
Well, where does this come from?
Covering everything the school game has to offer in both the north and southern hemispheres.
Oh, that's a great tackle! Yeah. It's not good enough.
1-2, skip a few and with the wheels.
Highlighting tomorrow's stars, Next Gen 15 will be bringing you live games and a regular update of all the news and in-depth views on the global game.
What's a kick?
Well, where did he come from and how did that happen?
All your school rugby, all in one place. This is Next Gen 15.
Return to Play is the UK's leading sports medicine provider for schools and clubs. We ensure sport is safer than ever by making it easy for you to provide gold standard medical care to your players. Our head injury and concussion care service provides your players with 7-day-a-week access to some of the UK's most experienced concussion doctors, who make sure the correct diagnosis is made and manage each player's recovery until they are fit to return to sport. We also provide you with the education, policy, and administrative support you need to confidently manage injuries, giving you and your players' parents peace of mind. Using our innovative R2P injury management system, injuries can be quickly recorded, parents and staff automatically notified, doctor appointments booked, players' recovery tracked, and injury analysis downloaded. Our system even integrates with other school systems, saving you admin time. Our full sports medicine service is tailored to your organisation's specific needs, designed to best support your sports programme and medical setup. It includes our head injury and concussion care service, plus weekly sports doctor clinics, access to physiotherapists, matchday medical support and more. Return to Play are partnered with over 60 of the UK's leading schools and clubs. Get in touch to find out more.